beautiful sounds of Mr. Loren Pickford on the keys. And the beautiful sounds of his son, Lucas Pickford on the keys. We have a special treat for y'all coming up in a little while. And there's so much, making a joyful noise is a long-standing tradition just about everywhere. There's so many beautiful connections between the Constellate, both of our communities, for a long period of time. But, you know, it's an extended family of friends here. And all of the folks, including Ruth and Neeli, and everybody that's among us today, and then those that came before us, are a family of households, of an extended family of friends. And I was thinking today, you know, we have a beautiful cake because we're celebrating Al Young's birthday today too, y'all. So I went into Stella's, you know, and I said, listen, I just need a universe-sized bowl that we could put all the burning lights inside of it, the beautiful ones that express the beautiful wishes of us collectively in celebrating the birthday of Al today is kind of the family. He and I first got together in Prague back in the late 90s, and ever since then, I know Ed Micah is here too, and there's a lot of beautiful, we're always connected in so many different ways. But I think one of the guys that's actually really quite good at that all the time, and I think he's probably here, is Bob Kaufman. So I wanted to open up a short poem by Mr. Kaufman over there. And as you can see, the totem thing actually matches his coat. Jean Carlisle was the one who took that wonderful picture. Bob Kaufman, born April 18th, 1925, you know, from New Orleans, was a dear friend of one of my mentors, L.E.R. Burt, who Mr. Loren has always played with. And of course, James Carter Jr., who was also from New Orleans, and they were good troublemakers, right? My kids love me reading Bob Kaufman poems. You know, that's the measure of anything, right? So the kids dig it, then why should everybody else? He was so good at that. You know, they always ask all the tough questions. My kid said, Blaze asked me a couple of years ago, he says, so how did everything get here? And I know he wasn't talking about buses and skyscrapers and all that stuff. He was talking about all this stuff. And I said, well, you know, it's like this. We walked outside, and you know, it's a difficult question always to answer with kids. And I said, oh, well, it's like this. You see the sun right there, and then, you know, the moon there. Well, one's really far away. One's like 150 million kilometers, and the other one's a lot closer. But yeah, when you look up in the sky, they get to play hide and seek with one another because they're the same size. So if that's possible, then I think pretty much everything else is. So whatever you want to believe in, there you go. I mean, and they're like, they got that, right? They got it right away. And that's all they needed to hear. Well, Bob Kaufman was always like that. Unholy missions. I want to be buried in an anonymous crater inside the moon. I want to build miniature golf courses on all the stars. I want to prove that Atlantis was a summer resort for cave. I want to prove that Los Angeles is a practical joke played on us by superior beings on a humorous planet. I want to expose heaven as an exclusive sanitarium filled with rich psychopaths who think they can fly. I want to show that the Bible was serialized in a Roman children's magazine. I want to prove that the sun was born when God fell asleep. With a lit cigarette, tired after a hard night of judging. I want to prove once and for all, that I am not crazy. Bob Kaufman, y'all. So we have a wonderful group of readers for you today, and also very thankful to Ruth and Neeli and so many that helped bring the synergy of things together. There isn't really any plan today other than to have as much fun as possible. Please help me welcome to the stage. We're going to read a piece together, a collaboration. Mr. David Meltzer and Julie Rogers, y'all.
There we go.
Hello. We can share. It's very on team. It works for you.
This would be short. This is called fours. Fours, as you know, is in a jazz performance towards the end of the piece. The drummer takes 4 bars, the horn takes 4 bars, the piano. So this is our version of fours. Yeah. Take my crutch, please.
So what we're doing here is we're reading poems we've written for each other in love, back and forth. Sort of a call and response.
The love that loops around your spine at touch, rewinds as electricity surrounds our bodies. No touch simple, lit nerve filaments connect to core. No kiss simple, to tender, wet lips connect to core. Nothing simple. Then again, nothing complex connect to core. Shuffle disappearing words up to the ceiling.
Still life, kissing. Your tongue swirls, wrapping mine like a scarf, slips around nakedness, barely touching, nerves bed down in moist pink skin as you settle deep in the cup of my tongue. Guppy sucking love's inner tender flesh, you woo my lips to your mouth and enter me like a comet. Light smoldering where our bodies meet, your hand firm on the curve of my cheek, holding me still.
You should have been there.
I don't think so. Keep going now. Keep going.
loop of longing, a lasso around your naked body, shines sweetly on our bed, drenched in love sweat, slipping and sliding through infinity with the greatest of ease reborn. What else is there to know?
Mr. and Mrs. Bedtime Story. On the edge of the bed, bare legs, big shirt draped over, you fold your socks like wrapping a holy text. Neatly press the soles together, pat the soiled heels, gently set them by the heater at bedside. Then the shirts slide off your bozo hair's upright white fluff. You wad and toss it. And watch me come across the room, eyes like whirligigs, not a stitch, like Mrs. America, who knows her place and where to take it.
She's Russian.
I just want you to sustain, dear.
Sweet, sweat, silk, slick, laminates our flesh, open window breeze, goosebump legions as we, inside deeper heat, surrender willingly to the salt. Wet glisten of your diamond face of facets. My nervous tongue moves towards your pink lights.
Tonight.
Okay.
Now you can see the moon. Reach into space and she appears, a bright nickel at your shoulder. Turn into her gleam, oh, the sweet longing of your gaze. Ah, Luna, that smile. Her face is your heart suspended, her magic bowl, your fruit slice, sparkles in your eyes. Take her, you know she's yours.
Oh, man. What can I say? She can say it. If we are still wild animals tearing into each other, intent to ravish with joy and pleasure, then let's stay in our forest, start a bonfire around our tangled bodies that refuses to be extinguished. Yeah.
Flame. Star streaks fire, burns thought, melts the ground, hollows out the body, fills it with unspeakably open love, rushing in, being undone in a nest of heat, consuming the dark days, awaiting your touch as you would know me.
Oh man, woman. Well, I'm going to do a shorter poem now because I'm almost spent. Big gift of beginning, wide scope, big picture, small detail, little mole, remarkable.
Laying down the weight. I want to lay down with you, simple, no wink, no black lace, no slow sliding thighs, no long squeeze.
I like those slow sliding slides.
Lay down like a child or a worn gray woman by your white glow heat that thaws ice and hearts and tucks me in to burrow under your arm. One kiss before we slip to sleep. Yay!
I forgot to ask Lapo for a bed for a stage. I'm gonna do that, I promise, next time. We'll do it in silhouette though. It'll be very artistic. Please help me welcome to the stage. We had actually a lot of orgasmic activity happening at this various location off of Hayes Street the other day in her beautiful home, which when I closed my eyes, we were talking about remote viewing. Loren Pickford and Cara Vida were talking about remote viewing, and she was saying, you know, is that really, that's a thing, right? And so I closed my eyes, you know, and did in her place, because in fact, you and I were talking about the Naughton Indians this morning. I think it's a real sort of geospheric mytho place of this where they are. They've been there for 30 years. Anyway, closed my eyes, man, and I could see in her home nothing but these swirls of crows. Beautiful though, the good ones, you know, the ones that begin crow life, for all crows.